Hey guys, in this video, I thought I'd answer a few questions about how you find investors, how you grow that investor list and so you can sell more deals, or in all the other different types of property investment strategy, how you can raise more finance to fund your deals. If this is of interest, stay tuned. So first thing you need to realize about finding investors is this is the marketing side of your business. It's not your sales, your operations, it's marketing, it's getting new leads in. And you need to understand what your target audience is when you're looking about finding investors, because there are different types of investors. But how much money are you looking to get from your average investor? Do they need 30 grand, do they need 50 grand, need 100 grand, or do they need millions? Think about your target audience and who it is you're trying to attract and where they're going to be. How is it you're going to put yourself in front of these people so you can have that conversation and begin to build that business relationship? The next thing you need to understand is where do these investors hang out? And so the main places you can find them, obviously places like networking events, conferences, seminars, and I'd really get yourself booked onto as many of these as you possibly can. When I first started out, I was doing about 4 a week. It doesn't matter where they are in the country, and it's good to sort of go to different areas because not everybody's in London, not everybody's in Birmingham, not everybody's in York. You need to go to all the different cities and towns and events all over the country so you can meet as many people as possible. On top of that, think of the other places there might be outside of these events. Places like golf clubs and resorts tend to carry people with more money because you need more money to do the activities that you do in that arena. So think, where else do you need a lot of money to do an activity? Get yourself in front of these people. You know, I know a guy who literally goes to golf clubs, sits in the car park, people come in and out, he chats them on the way in and out, he doesn't even have a golf membership. Outside of this, you've got your day-to-day lives. People travel, people catch planes, people catch trains. If you're in London, everybody gets the tube. Millionaires get the tube. When you're on the tube, speak to people, have a conversation with them. When your train is delayed in the station, speak to people. When you're at the service station, the motorway, speak to people. Investors are everywhere. You never know if they're an investor until you've spoken to them. If you think there are gaps in finding investors, it's just because you haven't gone out and done it. So go to places, start speaking to people, start making these connections, and you'll be surprised where the money comes from. It's never going to be from somewhere you expect. Never be afraid to go out and speak to people. Speak to as many people as you possibly can, and that is the crux of how you find investors. You just speak to people. And of course, social media is a fantastic way of meeting lots and lots of people, and you can systemize it. Think of where your investors are going to be. What are they more likely to use, Facebook or Instagram or YouTube? Have a think about that and make that your pillar content, if you will, the place where you're going to be going to most and putting most of your content out, where most of your engagement's going to be, and connect with people. But increase your profile, increase your branding, and you can systemize it, which means you don't even have to actively go and do it, and people can be coming to you looking to do business with you. I touched on this before, and there are 3 types of investors. The first type of investor is someone we term a whale. Now in the gambling industry, a whale is someone who will come in and they'll spend hundreds of millions of pounds on a night and they'll bet on everything. These are my favorite investors because they will put money into any good deal. It doesn't matter how much money you need. They're very risk-prone people. They usually have a lot of cash behind them, but they do operate with a few strict rules, and you need to learn how to communicate with these people. The second type are wimps. Now, these people will invest, but they need a bit of encouragement. They need a little bit of convincing. And these are great people to have on your investor list and have connections with, but you're going to need to be good at sales if you want to get these guys to buy. And the third type of investor are your wasters. So you'll get these people say, I've got millions of pounds in the bank, I've got hundreds of thousands of pounds in the bank. Thing is, they're never going to buy. And they're just full of crap. They don't actually have any money behind them. They just want to waste your time. I have no idea why these people do it, but you will definitely come across them. And begin to tune your ear and tune your eye to spotting which type of investor these are. So when you're speaking with them, when you're dealing with them, you can deal with them in the way that suits them and suits you in the best way to get that deal to go forwards. Now, how is it you communicate with investors, and what do I need to change when I'm speaking to these different types of people? And this kind of comes down to the way you sell to them, but equally the way you present yourself. So investors tend to be very, very time poor, and the wealthy really, really value time. It is the only resource they have that is limited, and you can never get more of it, and you can never get any of it back. So never waste people's time. Get to the point. When you're speaking with them, respect that time. If you say a phone call is going to be 20 minutes, don't make it be half an hour. And don't tell them information they don't need to know. Don't waffle. Don't waste their time, in a nutshell. And when you don't waste investors' time and you respect that, I tell you, they will deal with you a hell of a lot better and they will trust you a hell of a lot more. because they know that you understand them. And that really is the key to sales. They need to trust you. And if you understand them, they will trust you. And again, whenever you're selling, what you're trying to do is add value to the other party. It's not about getting money in your bank. Sales is all about adding value and convincing somebody who doesn't know that whatever you're offering them, whatever product or service you're offering them, is going to add value to their lives. It's going to solve a problem they have, or is going to help them in some way. You're adding value to them, and add as much value to people as you can. And don't seek to get payment from them. Just add as much value as you can to them, and at some point they will just have to give you value back, which may well be in the form of money, but it could also be in the form of referrals, other connections, and these are worth just as much. And the final thing I'd say is get some sales training. Learn how to sell to people. Learn when to sell to people. Learn when somebody's on the line, why they're on the line, why they're not buying, and what you need to do to make your product or service more attractive to them, or to make yourself more attractive to them. Because people buy from three things. They buy the product, they buy you, and they buy your brand. And if any one of those three is off, they won't buy. They need to have complete trust, complete faith in all of them before that sale will be made. So get some sales training and understand how it is you need to convince people to buy whatever it is that you're selling. The last thing is, once you've met these people, once you've got them on a place where you need them, what do you do next? Get their details, put it on a CRM system, and if you're just starting out, you haven't got any money, Excel is fine. And then stay in touch with them. Keep them updated about what you're doing. Again, don't waste your time, be to the point, and then do whatever it is you said you were gonna do. If you're gonna provide a fantastic deal, provide a fantastic deal. If you're providing a service, make sure that service is just as you sold it to be. And then people will buy off you again and again and again. And to be honest, that is kind of it for finding investors. Get yourself out there, learn how to communicate with them, then get their details, contact them, stay in touch with them, and just be a trustworthy person. I know some of you have been wondering about foreign investors. It's exactly the same thing, just my target audience isn't for people based in the UK. So I'm rebranding things and positioning myself in front of foreign investors. So I just think, where are foreign investors going to be hanging out? And most of them tend to be in London, but I can meet them elsewhere. I do a lot of networking in London. It takes me 2 hours to get there, but there are such a plethora of events going on that I can go there for 2 or 3 days, spend time going to these events, going to these big conferences and seminars where people will fly in, and I'll just network the room, get to meet as many people as I can. When I'm talking about myself and what I do, I tell people what I do. Rule number 1 of being a property investor, tell the world that you're a property investor. And I tell them I'm a deal sourcer that works pretty much exclusively with overseas clients. So I'm telling people that's what I do. So there's no surprise then that when people hear that, they go, I want to work with him because I'm a foreign investor, I want to invest in the UK, and I need a deal sourcer. It's as simple as that. I'm just telling people what it is I'm doing, and I'm getting myself in front of these people. If this video has been of help, guys, why don't you give us a like, subscribe for more videos like this. If you've got any questions or anything else you want to know about it, drop a comment below, and stay tuned for more videos. Take care, guys.